Forget about Vampire Survivors, because we have Orc Survivors, Ocean Survivors, Space Frogs, Chess Survivors, Necromancy Survivors, Space Survivors, Pirate Survivors, and all these other games. A survivor-like is, in essence, a game that stems from Vampire Survivors. It's a bullet hell game, but you're the bullet hell. It's like being in detention in 5th grade, except now you're the teacher punishing all of the unruly children. The good thing about Vampire Survivors is that it's a ton of fun and about the best game to play one-handed while you're otherwise occupied. And by that I mean watching Best Guess on your 2nd monitor and Top Gear on your 3rd monitor while you also jack off. You thought I wasn't gonna make that joke. The problem with Vampire Survivors is that it can get kind of repetitive, but such is the nature of the game. Still, I tried to see if other Survivor-like games were worth playing, but not the ones I already know are good. No, I brought 10 basically unknown Survivor games in a bundle on Steam and tried them out for you. Number 1, we got Orc Survivor. This game plays like Vampire Survivors, who would have thunk, except there are actually some unique twists. The enemies and enemy types are scarce, but definitely not just copy-pasted from other Survivor games. Same with the weapons. I found the cannonball to be super cool, and its evolution even more so. You can later not only upgrade your weapons, but choose what upgrades you might get along a run, Bloons TD style. There's also quests to complete, which can give you tons of rewards, and it has the Hades heat system. I don't know about you, but this seems super neat. In essence, it has really cool ideas, like the expanding inventory slots and the intertwined evolutions, although I don't know if I like or dislike the fact that it shows you with what it evolves right off the bat. I found the game to be a little bit too easy and there's not as many enemies, but this game has definitely a deceiving appearance to where you look at it and you think it's shovelware with a lot of caught corners, but no, it's a surprisingly good game and it has a great soundtrack and sound design. Overall, decent Vampire Survivors reskin with some neat ideas. There was one sound issue, and this just sounds like those 2 little magnets you had as a kid rubbing together all the time. That's kind of annoying. Other than that, great game. Alright, next up we got Ocean Keeper. I'm from Paraguay, so I wouldn't know what the ocean looks like, but god damn I know it doesn't look like this, and I know there's far better things to be doing than mining some pixels in 2D and killing some bugs with a 2-frame death animation. Here's what I can say about this. This game fucking sucks. It looks like a mobile game, an AI-generated mobile game. And is this what humanity has come to? I've played way better mobile games than this. I don't even know what to say. Look at this. Why was this bundled with all of the other games? It was a shitty mobile game that didn't even bother to have more than 2 different sprites for the bug deaths or have any sort of punctuations in their dialogue boxes. No music either. Just this. Alright, next up we got Greedland. Luckily this game had a demo. You get an active ability, otherwise nothing new. I wouldn't spend a dime on this game. Honestly, just go play more Vampire Survivors, it's probably more worth it. You do have space frogs, like those German YouTubers I used to watch as a kid. I wonder what's become of them. Hopefully they haven't been involved in a deep controversy of some kind. This game is like the bland chicken and white rice of Survivor games. No sauce, no spice, no marinade, no nothing. I'm Latino for God's sake, give me those condimentos, carajo. Make it interesting. Put a twist on it. Make a character secretly gay, twist the plot sideways and give it a hand job. Do something. Alright, Chess Survivors. This one is by far the most unique experience in this list. It looked like Balatro, but instead of poker, it's chess. And I haven't even played Balatro yet. Most characters move like a respective chess piece, and you move on turns, choosing to either attack or move away, having to calculate where your passive attacks will hit and how long the enemies will take to reach you, which I find super unique and interesting. It has a really cool system, gameplay ideas, sound design, and dude, it has a yo-yo that says yo-yo. Yo-yo. Like, what more do you want in your game? The character and level design is overall 10 out of 10 super cute. And I will keep playing this game. I'm honestly surprised this didn't get more love. Next up is Be My Horde. In this game, you play as big ol' goth mama necromancer that won't allow those tiny fragile souls the sweet release of death and instead make everyone your servant for eternity until they die again. In which case, you will resurrect the poor souls your servants have killed in battle and make those your servants in turn. Actually a pretty unique game, had some cool enemy variety and playstyle changes. Because big ol' mama can't do anything, so she has to surround herself with minions. Actually having to pick your battles is a nice breath of fresh air in this genre.
No, what? What is that? What is that?
You do have to hold down a button for some reason to resurrect, which gets really annoying, and I would have liked to see the button behavior inverted, so that you have to hold down the button to actively not resurrect. Otherwise, pretty solid, cool design, cool mechanics. It's the only Vampire Survivors that I know of where you can actually get downgraded as the run goes on and lose strength. It kind of reminds me of Akar.io in concept, and I will be playing it further. Next up, we got Blood Dome 99, another game with a demo. Honestly, bland, boring, unpromising, kind of cool aesthetically, but it goes far over the top, and it's just too crunchy and meh, just meh. All right, Sea of Survivors. What if you were a survivor on an open sea, and you were using your ship to, I don't know, do survivor things and survive in the open sea? Well, look no further than Sea of Survivors. What a classy title, I know. It's actually really neat and unique. It's slow, so that's a cool change of pace for this genre. It has an awesome twist on the progression, the way you explore the map, the way you fight enemies, etc. I think this is the hardest game in the list, and honestly, the most involving survivor game, despite only needing to use the mouse to control it. If anybody has been looking for Space Invaders on crack, might I suggest Void Scrappers. It has cool movement, it's kind of floaty, but I mean, you're literally flying in space. Duh. Very cool stat ideas. The shield 4 HP system is actually great, and you always have an iframe dodge at your disposal. There's evolutions, no inventory space limit, and you could evolve the same weapon multiple times, which I haven't seen before. Every character seems to have unique upgrades available. The mods seem really neat. Choo Survivor. Did you know that Paraguay was one of the first countries to have had railroad systems in South America? Much like Carlos Antonio Lopez in 1856. I like trains, and because I like trains, I must play this game where you have to survive as a train, aptly called Choo Survivor. Except this game is not like the British engineers in the 1850s, hired by Carlos Antonio Lopez, would have built it. This railroad goes nowhere, and this is a lame-ass game. You took away one of 2 core gameplay aspects of Survivor games. Movement. What did you expect? This game fucking sucks. It's lame as fuck. What's the point of being a goddamn train? And why, in God's name, does it have 186 achievements? What the fuck? In retrospect, this one's called Road Defense Outsiders. So I don't know why I thought it was a Survivor game, and I was surprised to find it was not a Survivor game. Next. This one's not terrible, I guess. This game's super weird. Not quite Isaac levels of humor, because you can't tell exactly what kind of tone this game is going for. But this feels like Castle Crashers meets Vampire Survivors meets Isaac meets Cats. And there's some extra middle school humor sprinkled in, like farts, caca, and wee whiz.
Why does it smell like caca and wee whiz in here?
It's Jimmy, Thundercock, or Kitten the Cat.
Yeah, I had about enough. Why don't you go and check out that one time I played a whole bunch of terrible games made by a developer who truly lost his marbles. That's a fun video, even though those games were a slog to get through. Mandi over and out.